Ciao. ¿Qué tal? How's everyone? Okay. This is going to be my eighth lesson, lesson eight, online distance learning. And today the date is the 28th of April. My name, Mr. Ortiz. My telephone number, 404-955-6666. My email, Hassan, Hassan, at gsu.edu. We're working from Ventures number 3. Okay? Ventures number 3. And if you have the opportunity, try to purchase the book. ISBN number is 976 1 108 44957 1. Okay, try to purchase the book, because we're not going to get back in the classroom till probably July. Okay, so if you have the book, it would be very helpful. We're going to start working from Unit 8. And the title of Unit 8 is Work. And it's on page 96. It starts on page 96. We're going to work on grammar, present perfect continuous. I like to say present perfect progressive. That's the British English term. Here in America, we use continuous. It's on page 98. We're going to work on separable phrasal verbs. Separable phrasal verbs on page 100. We're going to do some reading. Eden's blog on page 102, and some practice activities. Okay, some practice activities. I'm going to put this to the side. Okay, Unit 8, work. So I'm going to ask you a question, which is a profound question for all of us. And please communicate with me. I like to know your sentiments about this question. Does our jobs fulfill our lives? Does our jobs or careers fulfill our lives? Unfortunately, a lot of individuals are forced to work for income, for money, because they have to pay expenses, rent, mortgage, car payments, insurance, uh, food, the essentials of life, uh, also things that the children need, if there's children in the household. So sometimes we're forced to work just to survive, to keep a roof over our head and bread on the table. I was fortunate when I was 14 years old to be introduced to an incredible author, writer, poet, philosopher by the name of Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran, he was Lebanese. And he wrote a masterpiece called The Prophet. Incredible book. Incredible book. I would highly recommend that you purchase this book. It's around that thick, right? It's not a thick book, but it's a powerful book. And in this book, he speaks about He speaks on love, on marriage, on children, on giving, on eating and drinking, on work, on joy and sorrow, on houses, on clothes, on buying and selling, on crime and punishment, on law, on freedom, on reason and passion, on pain, on self knowledge, on teaching, on friendship, on talking, on time, on good and evil, on prayer, on pleasure, on beauty, on religion, and on death. These are the topics that he wrote about. And he wrote about them in a very profound way. So I recommend, highly recommend that if you like reading, if you like philosophy, uh, religion to a certain degree, psychology, that you read this book, The Prophet. In The Prophet, when it came to work, he said, work is love made invisible. Visible, excuse me. Work is love made visible. In other words, to love work is to love life. His quote again, work is love made visible. And I shared this with you before, and I want to share it again because this is it's important. Uh, Teaching is not just teaching you how to pronounce words, uh, grammar, reading. Teaching is also a way of introducing you to certain things to be able to guide you and to move you in a direction that will make your life more pleasant and happy. I said this before and I'll say it again because I think this is important. 82% of our workforce in the United States dislikes or hates their jobs. And I'm going to say it again because this is important. 82% of our workforce dislikes or hates their jobs. In 19 developed or developing countries, only 21% of the workforce, the people that work, like their jobs. Again, in 19 developed or developing countries, only 21% likes their jobs. The reason, major reason, three major reasons. A person is not working in a job where they have interest or value. Now, let me break that down. I value being an astronaut. That's a career. I like the adventure of learning about new aspects of the universe, of scientific discoveries, on traveling. I enjoy all that, but I have no interest in being an astronaut. Number one, I'm too old to be an astronaut. Number two, I don't have interest in being an astronaut. Even if I had interest in being an astronaut, I'm too old to be an astronaut at this time, at this stage of my life. The second reason why people are not happy is because they're not making enough money. 87% of the population in America is middle class. For 40 years, the salaries have been flat. Okay, that needs to change. The third reason why individuals are not happy on their jobs is because of poor supervision and management. Poor supervision and management. Many years ago, many years ago, the CEO DuPont Industries paid a lot of money to do some research. He wanted to know why his employees were not happy and why there was such a large turnover. And in this investigation, because that's what it was, the research discovered that 75% of the supervisors and managers did not know how to supervise and manage. So these are the three reasons why people are not happy. Okay, so as an educator, I'm sharing this with you because I want you to start looking at your life a little differently when it comes to the world of work. What could we do to remedy this situation? If you're planning to attend a college or university, and hopefully you are, after you're accepted, you need to go to the career office and insist, I need a career assessment, because the career assessment is going to tell you which careers you have interest and value. Okay, extremely important. Now, I'm going to personalize. I value education. I value education. I'm interested in being an educator. So I have interest and value. So I'm content. I could be teaching till I get to the point that I can no longer teach because I have interest and value. Okay? So the career assessment is going to tell you a lot of things, but it's going to tell you which careers you have interest and value. So, wow, now you know what you should major in. After you find out these careers that you have interest and value, then you have to make some research to find out what's the salary range. Are there going to be jobs available in the next 5 years? And a lot of other things, okay, that you need to investigate. Okay. Now, if you're not planning to go to school, try to see if you could save up some money to take a comprehensive career assessment. Not an assessment that you find online that you get 25 questions, 50 questions. No, you need an assessment that takes a couple of hours, okay? A good, reliable career assessment. Then you will find out which careers you have interest and values. Then you say, aha, how do I get from where I am now to a career, okay, where I have interest and value? And the bridge may be that you need to go back to school. If that's the situation, okay, contact me because I retired from Georgia State University. That's why on my email it says GSU. And my job for 17 years was to help individuals get into a college university. I gladly will do that. Free of charge, gratis, Ming fee, okay? So let's move on. We're going to go to our book. And here we're going to see some photographs. Okay, some photographs. And we'll move on to the next page. And we're going to go down here to the bottom. After you listen. And the words here in the gray space, you may not be able to see them. Let's see if I get closer. Okay, the words are background, degree, employed, get along, interview, personal, reliable, and strength. So I'm going to play it for you. Hopefully you could hear it. Okay, let me get my phone. This is the first time I'm doing this. So let's see if this is going to be helpful in this exercise. Okay.
Page 97. Exercise 3A.
Tony has been working as a teacher's assistant for about a year. He is also going to college part-time to get a degree in accounting. Right now, Tony is at a job interview with Mr. Leong, the personnel manager. Mr. Leong asks about Tony's background. Tony says he is from Peru and has been living in the United States for 2 years. Next, Mr. Leong asks about Tony's work experience. And Tony says that now he is employed at a school. Finally, Mr. Leong asks about Tony's personal strengths. Tony says he is responsible and reliable, and he gets along with everybody. Mr. Leong says he will contact Tony next week.
Okay. Hopefully you heard that. Again, this is the first time that I worked with the QR as a listening device. So I'll read it the way it should be. Tony has been working as a teacher's assistant for about a year. He is also going to college part-time to get a degree in accounting. Right now, Tony is at the job interview with Mr. Long, the personal manager. Mr. Leong asked about Tony's background. Tony says he is from Peru and has been living in the United States for 2 years. Next, Mr. Leong asks about Tony's work experience. And Tony says that now he is employed at a school. Finally, Mr. Leong asked about Tony's personal strength. Tony says he is responsible and reliable, and he gets along with everybody. Mr. Leong says he will contact Tony next week. Okay, so that's filling in the blanks. That's filling in the blanks. Okay. So, again, please answer this question and please email me. Does your job or our job fulfill our dreams? Also, you could indicate what your professional dreams are. You could also indicate that in your country you worked in a specific career. I've been teaching now going on 28 years. I have had students from all over the world and students that had incredible credentials. I have had doctors, lawyers, nurses, educators, engineers, technicians, you name it. I have had students that had multitude of different careers. And they're here in this country and they cannot find a job that's comparable to the skills they had in their country. In this class, there's one student that's a doctor. I believe she's from Mexico. In the class prior to this class, I had another student that was a doctor from Vietnam. Okay, so again, we need to communicate with each other. If you need me to help you to get into a college, university, or to become certified, okay, because sometimes we need to be certified, contact me, okay, 404-955-6666, and I'll do whatever I could do to point you in the right direction. Okay, so we're going to, when we come back in a couple of minutes, we're going to start working on the the present perfect continuous, or I like to say the present perfect progressive. See you soon.